Welcome back to the channel. I hope you had a chance to watch the video that I posted right before here about the 911 S that I drove. And today I thought I'd give you an update. It's been about a week or so. I was out of town, but we had the car taken in for our pre-purchase inspection, which is super important to do. I highly recommend doing those. So I thought I'd share what I found and sort of where we are with the car, as well as the other AMG that I sort of told you about. So here I have the pre-purchase inspection of this 1977 Porsche 911 S. We did take it in and, everything checked out. A lot of things checked out good. There was some good there. So let's start with that. So basic stuff, pretty good. Let's just start with what's bad. How about that? I mean, we know there's some cosmetic stuff. We know the engine's not exactly matching. We know second gear grinds a little bit. Not a lot of service history on the engine. So we expect to have some engine work there. So let's see what we have left. So the thing that they said that needed to be addressed sort of immediately, the battery terminal is loose. Now, the owner told me to put a new battery in, and I saw that the battery terminal is loose, so that needs to be addressed. That's a pretty small fix, so I'm not too worried about that. It says there is an oil leak. Well, it's a 1977 911 with 3.0 liter. There's gonna be oil leaks. I mean, the car here is an 87, and it leaks like a sieve sometimes, so definitely not something I'm surprised. So there are some oil leaks, but may need to be something bigger than that. Rough running idle, that not really sure what to do there. Missing nozzles for the washer fluid. I mean, I don't know how often that's gonna need that. Fuel system needs cleaning. Wipers are torn, that's easy. Shocks and struts, consider age. Okay, so maybe those are old. Have to look into those. Transmission leak, possibly. Gears are hard to engage intermittently. I told you about that on second gear. And then actually what they did is they sent us an estimate. And I think the same shop had recently done service on a similar Targa that they had overhauled. And what I think they did is just send me the estimate for what they did to that one, which I'm not sure is exactly what you want to do, but I'm going to show you what they have. So first thing is, air distribution housing removal and installation. So that's the air filter housing gasket, fuel filter, O-rings, injector holder, breather hoses, intake boots, etc. $1,544. The next up was the calipers, the front brake calipers. So they're going to do the front brake calipers, both left and right, and then new front brake hoses, as well as bleed the system, replace the pads. That was about $1,600. Tie rod assembly, steering rack boot, tie rod washer, perform turbo tie rod conversion, $884. Transmission assembly, remove, install, and overhaul. So they're just gonna rebuild the entire transmission. This is kind of a big one. New synchro rings, new synchro ring for first gear, a gasket set, synchro teeth, and oil as well. So quite a bit of labor. It's $1,400 in labor. Total on that is $2,300. So that's a lot. Camshaft housing, remove, replace, normally aspirated, both. So the biggest thing here is they're going to do the chain tensioner update kit, which is super important in these cars. So that definitely needs to be done, because if that goes bad, you can grenade the entire engine. Camshaft O-rings, gaskets, things like that. So big job there. $3,800 on that one. And then lastly is, this says engine assembly, remove and replace, transfer fuel. Yeah, this is a lot of stuff. They're gonna do, looks like a bunch of gaskets, air mass meter boot, new belts, oil change, all that kind of stuff. $2,900. So essentially what they said is, sorry, it's super hot in my garage. That's why I'm glistening. It's like 95 degrees in here, and I can't turn a fan on. And I guess I could open the door. I probably should have done that, but it doesn't matter. It's hot in here. It's Texas. So $13,000 approximately. My guess would be between 12 and 15 if you went to a different shop and bid it out or whatnot. So that's quite a bit of repair there. So let's talk about overall price. I didn't talk in the previous video about what they were asking for price, the seller. Again, it's a 1977 911 S with a 3.0 liter out of a 1980 S. There are some cosmetic issues. The interior needs to be addressed. There's a lot of parts that are extra that are nice, but overall still needs to be some things addressed. And this really didn't include the engine. And so originally the seller was asking $32,500, which is not even in close to the ballpark. I checked Bring a Trailer, and there's multiple cars here. A couple projects, one went for $16,000. One I saw was $20,000. I saw one 1977 911 that was running in decent shape that didn't sell for $26,000. $24,000, a couple of those. So, you know, originally I was thinking this is a $20,000 to $25,000 car, and my friend who was looking to buy the car was thinking, you know, 25 when this guy was at 32.5. Now I don't want to blow the seller up. He's a nice guy. I like him. But that ask was pretty unreasonable. And so I explained what was going on with the car, how much work it needed. I sent him other links to auctions on Bring a Trailer, shout Bring a Trailer, and said, hey, listen, we're just not in the ballpark here. So, you know, 20 to 25 is more like the ballpark. And he's like, okay, 25 is kind of my bottom dollar. But having gotten everything back, you know, my buddy just said, I don't really feel comfortable putting an offer on this thing. Just see what he says. And I told the guy, I said, I'm not really sure 25 even makes sense. He said, well, basically throw me an offer. And I went back to my buyer and I said, do you want to offer him something? I think at $18,000 or $20,000, it's probably a decent deal. You know, if you're going to put 10 to 15 in it, is it a $30,000 car, $35,000 car? I don't know. Probably not. You've either got to outlaw it, you got to backdate it, something to stand it out, because it's a non-matching engine and a Targa. So that's kind of where we are. Basically, my buddy, my buyer, kind of just basically said, I think there's better money. He's got a budget up to say 35, closer to 40. And for that amount of money, he'd rather just buy something that's kind of sorted out. This one just doesn't seem like the right one. So I'll put that out to you. You guys saw the video, you saw the car. Let me know what you think of the car. I do have the seller's contact information. It's a bit of a project, but there's probably some value there. I myself would love to take it on, but have other things happening. So if anybody's interested in this 1977 911S, I'd be happy to put you in touch with the buyer. I've got these pre-purchase inspections, which would save you some money. I mean, basically my buddy said, I'll pay $250 to get this PPI done. And I said, well, I think that's a good call, because that might save you $10,000, and it looks like it might have. So if you're interested in that, we can hook that up. So let me know what you think about that car, any of the thoughts, and if you're interested, let me know and I can get you in the right direction. Now, on to the next one. I told you in the last video that the seller also had a 1999 Mercedes AMG E55. That one is a little bit cheaper and also a bit of a project, but you know, from what I read, those W210s are hell of cars, especially for low money, and built really strong. It's the last AMG engine really hand built before AMG sort of rolled into Mercedes. Goes like a rocket ship, you know, good looking. This car in particular, I think I've sent you a picture. It does need some work, of course. The hood needs to be painted. The seats are, I don't want to say trash, but close to trash. They may not be savable, so it may need some seats or seat covers. I also got a PPI on it as well. And this one came back, I'd say relatively clean. There's some things that I am concerned about. The biggest thing was, there was a couple codes, front passenger seat occupied and child seat recognition is faulty. There's a thing that sits underneath the passenger seat that measures if the airbags come on, if you're over 40 pounds, so if there's a child sitting in front, which I don't know why they'd be doing that in the first place. That's probably $175, $200 to fix. Airbag light was on, wiper fluid sensor was not working, things like that. Nothing too crazy, but the biggest thing was they did notice some oil leaks coming from the engine, and they think it could be a possible rear main seal issue. And I did quote that out a few times. It's probably $1,000 to $1,300 of work. So something to consider there. Airbag light, yeah, I said that, brake holder, and then some cosmetic stuff. Now, I don't want to talk price because I am so interested in buying this car. I will say that it's listed for more than Kelly Blue Book and it needs some work. And I explained this to the seller and he said, yeah, you know, I just think they're worth more money. And he's not exactly wrong. I mean, these things are going, one sold on Bring a Trailer recently for $8,100 and it had double the mileage this one. This one has 90,000 miles, but it was in very good condition. So, you know, I think this car would be less than that, let's put it that way. I'm struggling to not go out and just buy this car, even if I probably have to pay too much, just because I think it's probably a great car when you put some effort into it, and it gives me a chance to make more videos for the channel. doing some repairs if I can. And I'd like to kind of take the best of Hoovie's Garage and then Wheeler Dealers, which is also my favorite, and show you everything that's wrong with the car, try to fix it, maybe drive it, maybe sell it, hopefully make some money, although that's probably a pipe dream. But these cars do seem to be going up in value if they're well taken care of. This one has a long way to go, so we'll see. So I'm waiting for the seller to get the title, and we're gonna see if we can make one last go of negotiating for that car. And I will link a few pictures here of that one. It's not listed for sale anywhere, so I'm not gonna show that. So anyways, again, let me know if you are interested in the 1977 911S. Also, the AMG, it's a W210, it's 1999 E55 AMG, 90,000 miles. Please tell me what you think about these cars. Are they good cars to own? From what I can see, they're relatively easy to work on. Great cars, will last a long time, fun to drive. Again, it comes down to price and how much I'm willing to put in for a project. So thanks again for watching. Be sure to check out the other videos of the 1977 911S that I posted before this. Also, all the other videos I posted, various stuffs with the Porsche. And please subscribe, comment, like, all that jazz. Appreciate it. And we'll catch you next time.